Hey you, in this video I'm going to walk you step by step through the process of creating your Etsy shop. This is a remake of a video that I did 2 years ago where I did a step-by-step tutorial, but some things have changed, so I wanted to update and do a new video. I have so many comments on my last video where people were anxious about starting their Etsy shop because they thought it was going to be difficult, and after they watched the tutorial they felt so much better. So if you're anxious right now about starting your Etsy shop, you think it's going to be too complicated, too hard, and that you won't be able to do it, all you have to do right now is relax, take a moment, and go through this tutorial. I'm going to go really slow. I'm going to walk through every screen, and I'm going to tell you the things that you'll need to worry about right now during the setup process, and some parts where we're just going to put in some dummy information so we can get the account set up. And then after you use this video to get your shop set up, I'm going to tell you exactly what your next steps should be. So let's get started. We're going to move over to my laptop. We're going to start on a page like this, and this is where you have a link where somebody is going to offer you 40 free listings. And this one is a link to my page. During this tutorial, I'm not going to use my page. I'm going to go find someone else's page to use so they can get 40 free listings, and then I'm going to get 40 free listings. But to get to this page and use my link, all you have to do is look down in the description. Or you can look down into the comments, and other Etsy shop owners that have created their page can drop their links there, and you can use someone else's links. Let's spread the love and give everybody 40 free listings. So let's get started. And to get started, all you would have to do is click on this link that says open a shop today. Once you click on the Open Shop Today link, you'll be taken to this pop-up where it is time for you to sign in or create an account. And what I'm going to do is continue with Google and create a new account. Now, what I have done for this new Etsy shop is create a new Gmail account. That way, everything for the business related to this Etsy shop will go to one email address. And if my customers need my email address, then they can send to the email address that's dedicated to this shop. So I'm going to continue with Google. And you can see I'm going to choose the account, the Mockup Magic Studio, because that was the email address that I created for this tutorial. Now that I'm signed in, it says welcome Mockup Magic. And depending on what your Google email name was, you'll see that here. And we're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to click on Let's Do This. And from here, it's going to ask you a quick little survey about what brings you to Etsy. You can choose something here, or you can skip the question. And I'll just say I have a business and I want to sell online for the first time. And I'm going to click Next. And at this point, they ask, is there anything you'd like help with? And you can go through this list and see if there's anything you would like Etsy to help you with. But I'm just going to select skip the question. And now it's time for the fun part, and we're going to start with opening up the shop. So we're going to click on Start Your Shop. Now we have to enter our shop preferences, and we're going to choose a shop language, a shop country, and shop currency. So I am in the United States. I do use the US dollar, and I am going to use the language English, so everything is set for me. But if you need to change these, you can select the appropriate option for you. And I'm just going to use Save and Continue to move forward. And here I'm going to do my shop name. And this is where you will enter in the name you want to call your shop. And I did a little research beforehand. But if you choose a shop name that's taken, Etsy will let you know that it's taken. So I'm going to enter my chosen name here and hope it is available. Okay, so I wanted it to be Mockup Magic Studio, and it says it looks like Mockup Magic Studio is already taken. So now it's going to give me some alternatives, and I'm going to see if there's anything I like down here. And Mockup Magic Studio Co. is not bad. Mockup Magic Studio Co. Go with that, and then I'm going to hit Save and Continue. At this point, Etsy wants you to create a listing. This is just going to be a sample listing. It really doesn't matter what you put here. You're just going to walk through the process And 9 times out of 10, you're going to either delete this listing later or you're going to put a little thought into it and upload things that you really want to sell in your shop. But at this point, you're just going to go through the motions. So we're going to just follow this pattern and answer the questions. So we're going to add a photo, and I'm just going to choose any photo that I have on my computer. Okay, I've just chosen a random graphic of this swirly heart, and I'm going to scroll down. I don't have to enter a video. I have to enter a title, and you'll know the required fields. You'll see this star next to the item. If you see the star, you need to fill it out to move forward. And I'm just going to call this a sample listing. Who made it? I'm going to say I did. What is it? A finished product. When did you make it? Made to order. I'm going to give it a category, and I'm just going to say a mock-up because that's what my shop is about. So mock-up in digital. And primary color is optional. I'm not going to fill that in. I'm not going to fill in any of these other optional fields. I'm just going to go down till I get to the next required field. Description, I'm just going to put sample. And then I'll leave automatic. This will be a digital. I'm just choosing that because that's what my shop is going to be for digital files. I'm going to scroll down. No production partner. I'm not going to give it a section. I'm actually not going to take the time to give it tags. Now, when you do your real listings, you do want to use tags. They're very important. But for the sake of this sample listing, I'm going to leave that out. So anything that's optional, I have to give it a price. I am just going to make it $1 to move forward. A quantity of 1, no SKU, no personalization, and then you selected made to order above. And this is for digital files. You can create the file after the purchase to upload it. I'm just going to leave it like that for this one. But when I really do digital files, I am not going to choose made to order because I want to upload my digital files here. So I'll just show you, just in case you're trying to do a digital shop, I will show you what that looks like. So let's just say I made it between 2020 and 2023. I'm going to scroll down, and you can see here now I can upload a file. I would just choose this. I would choose a file. I'm going to use that same swirly heart because this is sample. And then returns and exchanges, you choose your policy. And we're going to do, I will do no returns or exchanges because this is a digital file. And then I'm going to go save and continue. And it tells me, great job, I've created my first listing. Now here they give you 2 options where you can add more listings or do this later. And we're going to do this later because we want to put some thought into our listings. And right now we're just trying to get our account set up. So I'm going to click on do this later. And now I'm taken to the page where I have to set up the billing portion of my account on how I'll get paid. So the first thing is getting paid on Etsy. You need to select the country that your bank is located in, and I am in the United States. And then for tax purposes, you're going to say what type of seller you are, and you can choose between being an individual or a business. And most of us will be individuals to start out. You do not have to start off being a business or having an LLC to sell on Etsy. So we're going to just leave this as individual. Then we're going to move down, tell us a little bit about yourself. We're going to select our country of residence. I'm in the United States. We're going to do first name. We're going to do last name. We're going to do date of birth. And then we're going to put in our social security number, and this is required. And then we're going to put in our taxpayer address, and this information is required as well. And you cannot use a P.O. box or a business address. So I'm going to fill in this information, which is a little private, and then I'm going to come back. And then the next step is where you connect your bank account. And Etsy uses Plaid to connect to your bank account information, and you'll simply walk through this step. So to connect your account, you just click on this button here, connect your bank via Plaid. Okay, at this step, it says Etsy uses Plaid to connect your bank account, and you go ahead and click continue. And you can choose how you link your account. You can do instant or you can do manual, and instant is recommended. So we'll hit continue. And then you choose the bank that you want to use. And my business bank account is with Relay Financial. So I'm just going to start typing in Relay and they will pop up. And then I will hit this, and then I'll enter my Relay banking credentials. So I'm going to enter that information and then come back. I've walked through the process. I've connected my bank account and I get a success message that says your bank account has been connected via Plaid. And if you want to know more about Relay, which I feel like is one of the best bank accounts for Etsy sellers, I will leave a link in the description that will take you to Relay so you can learn more about them. And I also have a few videos where I've talked about a lot of the details on Relay and why I think they are the best bank for Etsy sellers. So I'll leave those links in the description as well. But we are going to move forward. We have added our bank and all our personal information, and then we're going to hit save and continue. And now we need to set up our billing, because the previous screen was how we will get paid for our sales on Etsy. And this is how Etsy will bill us. And Etsy will need to bill us for things like our listing fees or any other charges. And if I click on this drop down here, you can see how fees work. So Etsy has a listing fee of 20 cents. They have a transaction fee of 6.5%, and then a payment processing fee of 3% plus 25%. And if you want more details on Etsy fees, I have a video that will explain those, and I will leave that link in the description as well. So what we're going to do is come in here and put in our debit card or credit card information, how Etsy will bill us, and then we will go ahead and hit save and continue. So I'm going to go ahead and enter my personal information, and like we've been doing, I'm going to pause and then come back. I've entered in my personal information, and then the next screen says keep your account safe and set up two-factor authentication. And what we're going to do here is just choose how we want to set this up, and we can do this with SMS or text messages, where you will get a text. You can use phone, where you'll get a phone call, or you can use the Authenticator app, which is the most secure. I'm going to use SMS text messages because that's how I like to do my two-factor authentication. And I'm going to choose continue. The next is going to ask me for my phone number, and I set that up earlier. And then I'm just going to say send code. I should get a text on my phone, and then I will enter in the code that they just sent me. And then I'm just going to go continue. And then it's going to give me a set of backup codes. I'm going to copy these codes and keep them somewhere safe. And this is going to allow me to get into my account if I can't use the two-factor authentication that I just set up. And my codes are all copied, and then I'm going to click on open your shop. And my shop is now open. Congratulations, your shop is now open. Now Etsy is going to give you a quick guide on getting your first sale. You can run through these. They're pretty valuable resources. Wait, there's something that could happen, but I don't want you to worry, so let me show you how to fix it. After you open your account, you could come back the next day or a couple of hours, and you can see this message here that says your account has been suspended. Don't worry, you didn't do anything wrong. Etsy has a little bug. Well, I've heard it's a bug, but it's been happening for over a year now, so I think it's just something that Etsy has allowed to happen. Your account could get suspended, and this happens to new shops. I believe Etsy just wants to make sure that you're a real person, not a scammer, and that you really want to open your Etsy shop. So let me show you how to fix it. You start by clicking on Community and Help, and then you're going to click on Contact Us. Then you're going to be taken to Get Help, and you're going to select the Selling on Etsy option. Once you're there, you're going to want to appeal a suspended account. On the next screen, you're going to select the File and Appeal button. And then you're going to be on the appeal and account suspension screen. And you have multiple options here because there's various reasons why accounts are suspended. But we're going to select the option that says, I haven't violated Etsy's policies or had an account issue. Now there are 3 other boxes that we need to fill in, and we're going to add the same text into each one of the boxes because they don't really apply to us. So we're just going to say, I have not violated any policies. I have just opened my shop. And then we're going to hit the Submit Appeal button. You're going to be taken to a screen and it'll let you know that your appeal has been submitted. And at this point, we're just going to wait. It could possibly take a couple of days, 1 or 2 days, and you're just going to come back and check. You may not get an email from Etsy. Etsy's pretty bad about that. So here I'm showing you my Gmail account that I set up for this store, and you'll see that I did not even get an email that told me that my account was suspended. So I may not get an email that lets me know that it is back. What I recommend doing is just coming back to your shop and looking, and you'll notice when that account suspension is removed. But in the meantime, you can move on to branding your shop. And to show you what I mean by that, let's go and peek at the shop that you just created. All you have to do is look over here under Sales Channel and your shop link will be there. We're going to click over there and you can see this is how my shop looks on Etsy. I'm the Mockup Magic Studio Co. And you can see I have no listing picture here or profile picture or banner because I haven't set that up, and that's what I mean by the branding. But you can see my sample listing here, and I'll probably go in and deactivate that until I can put up my real listings. But this is how your shop initially looks to the public. So the next steps will be to update the shop and brand it and make it look nice. And to find out how to do that, all you have to do is click on this video that I'm showing on the screen, and I'll walk you through the next steps. See you there.